Rise and grind, folks. What we have here is another video, and this should look familiar to you guys. We were out here a few months ago for the maintenance, and the complaint was they have water dripping downstairs. And guys, for context, there's 5 hydrocoil air handlers. And guys, first things first, I checked my splits. Everything outside is running. The unit wasn't freezing up. My charger spot on. But guys, I got my wet vac. I want to show you something in here. Let me open that up and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, this is our air handler. And specifically, I remember one of the 5 units. We couldn't get inside this room because this room was already in use. They had a bunch of people in here, and I gave this filter to the manager, and I told them to replace the filter. But guys, I doubt someone came in here and do this. And guys, look at that. The old filter actually fell inside the unit, and it looks like it's clogging up that coil. But guys, before we get to that, I want to clean that water up. I got my wet vac, and guys, yes, there's a float switch here, but guys, at this point, the tan isn't high enough to activate the float switch. So right now, the float switch is still down. When the water level gets up a little bit higher, this float switch will turn the unit off. But I'm actually surprised that they actually have water downstairs already. So that's something I got to check out. But guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to vacuum the water up, and I'm going to open this door up and take a look at that coil, and I want to take that filter out. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And yeah. That ain't good. Sure enough, I know this coil froze up. That is without a doubt. Alright guys, I can easily tell I vacuumed some water up from here. But guys, I got the unit off. I took the filter out. My coil looks okay. And guys, you can tell this is a man-made P-trap. But guys, P-traps without a clean out, whenever it backs up, unfortunately you have to cut the drain out in order to flush, in order to clear the drain. This doesn't go outside. This goes into probably an inside drain that we can't see. Everything's closed off on the other side. But guys, what I have to do is I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to flush it, and I'm going to put a clean out, which is just a T. Put a T on here, so in the future it'll be easier for us to flush this drain here. And remember, this is the one that I couldn't get to, so shit happens. But like I said, I'm glad I'm here right now to get this right, because like I said, this is a high usage room. So whenever you do have time to get to these units, just make sure everything's rocking and rolling. You don't want to leave anything iffy. Like, I don't want to just cut this out, clean it, and just recouple it, because that's exactly what was done here before. If you just leave it like how it is, it's only a matter of time before this clouds up again. So guys, what I think, maybe this is a combination of a dirty filter and maybe a partial or even fully clogged drain. And I got my float switches out the pan, and I'm just going to cut this out, flush it, and I'm going to reassemble it. I'll see you guys in a little bit. You guys, look at this. That is not good. So that tells me that that homemade P-trap, you got to give them an A for idea, but 0 for execution, guys. There's nothing wrong with the P-trap, but you definitely need a clean out on this thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flush this thing, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks after I'm done. I'll see you in a little bit. Peace. And a bunch of crap came out, so we knew that our P-trap was clogged, or our homemade P-trap was clogged. But guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it back from here, couple it. I'm gonna repipe this drain, but I'm gonna put a T on it, which is a clean out, which will give us access of flushing this drain in the future without doing what I'm doing right now. All right, let me assemble this and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. We got water moving and my pan is dry, which is a great thing. And guys, this is my clean out and this is my new trap. And guys, this is a pain in the ass because you got literally no play in the drain line. So I already glued it once. I'm gonna re-glue it again. And then I'm gonna pour some water in that pan. I wanna test the drain pan, make sure that everything is flowing from the pan. And yeah, there's nothing in this drain, which is great. So yeah, let me re-glue it one more time and I'll be right back. Peace out, see you. Guys, the insulation is still dripping a little bit, so I just got a little rag here just to keep that away from the drain so I can test these drains independently without getting tricked and thinking that the drains are leaking. In reality, there'll still be some residual water from the insulation. So I'm just gonna pour some water down the pan. And you don't wanna pour too quick and overflow the pan. There you guys can see. Water is certainly flowing. And guys, unfortunately, we can't put a regular P-trap on here because the regular P-traps are too big. So this man-made P-trap can work. The only thing I would always recommend is when you guys do P-traps, make sure, let me see here, I should have something here. Make sure you guys have clean outs. And like I said, a clean out can be a T or it can be a union. It's just an access point for you to flush the drains so you don't have to cut each and every drain out when it backs up. And guys, also, this is a negative pressure drain. Negative pressure means the evap coil is before the blower. And guys, my supply is facing that way. A negative pressure evap coil always needs a P-trap. A positive pressure evap, meaning if the blow motor comes before the coil, like in most furnaces, then you don't need a P-trap. But guys, we always put these in, but any single time we do a P-trap, it comes hand in hand with putting a clean out on it. So, all right, let me put this back together and turn it on. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, I'll let the customer know that within a few hours, that should dry up. We got our new filter in, and guys, that filter is a little small. I think this might have been a spare from the other filter on the other side. But guys, in this scenario, we're gonna come back out anyway in a few months for the heat maintenance. Instead of that 12 by 24, I'm gonna notate that if me or if one of my other guys come back, we're just gonna put in a 20 by 24 filter, and that should make up the gap. But for right now, most importantly, they should be able to use this AC without any water leaking. And most importantly, we got our clean outs. All right, guys, everything is bone dry. And also what I did was these two switches, I had them out, but I tested each one. I actually leaned them in a little bit further down. I feel like the float switches are too far up. So that pan had to have at least that much water in it for it to turn off. But I angled the float switches down a little bit, so in the future we'll turn off the unit before this happens again, which is very, very important. you guys definitely want to make sure you test the switches and make sure that if you do have AC system above the living space, make sure that it's positioned correctly. Otherwise, that can defeat the purpose of having a float switch if it's not positioned correctly to turn the unit off before water leaks out the unit. So RTD is spot on. When I say spot on, I say that a lot, but if I got a 20-degree split, that's a happy day in my opinion. And these are the other two. Actually, there's 4 up here, and there's 1 downstairs. But guys, definitely make sure you guys are labeling your units, because especially if me trying to explain this over the phone, I actually don't even know. If I had one of my other guys come back here, he asked me, hey, what unit does what? We just label them with a marker. And once again, guys, this is a straight AC with a hydro coil that goes to the boiler. This is the break room. And this is an independent unit. Thermostats in the hallway. Hallway area, first floor, T-stat and doctor's office. I believe this is the right one. This is the doctor's office unit. I guess I just wrote a note where the pipes were, so in the future, if they do spring open or leak, we can trace this back. But yeah, guys, loads of notes like this. You can take pictures and put it in your software if you guys are using mobile apps to document customers' information. But like I said, with something like this, I'd just rather write it on the unit, so you don't have to think twice about where everything is. But yeah, everything's spot on. And I'm gonna crank this back up to 69. And this unit, this thermostat is downstairs. I remember that one. And I'm gonna pack my stuff up. I gotta jet to another stop. And guys, this is my second Friday here consecutive. I think my first live video, I was outside and I don't think I showed you guys the upstairs. I think I was downstairs showing you guys the boiler and also well, actually I showed you the air handler downstairs the last time I was here. But yeah, weird coincidence. I'm always here on a Friday. But we're rocking and rolling. So I'm gonna pack everything up and I'll go over everything with the customer. But yeah, most importantly, we definitely will need access to this unit a lot sooner in the future. But like I said, luckily, hopefully guys, the float switches will turn this unit off before it backs up like this again. But we tested everything and we're rocking and rolling. There you guys have it. Clogged drain. We cut the P-trap out, ran a new one with a clean out, and we got a new filter in. There you guys have it. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.